Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Charlie Talks MUFC. Apologies I've not done a video for a while, been busy with a new job and been away on holiday with family as well, so get into it. We left off with the Forest game. Well, Forest did what they've done all season. Little possession, hit a goal on a counter attack, sit deep in a low block. United can't seem to break teams down at all, regardless of in a low block or mid block, and don't seem to put the ball in the back of the net. Hoyland, poor, really, just no creativity really. I mean, it says it all when Harry Maguire goes up front for 5 minutes and does more and almost gets an equaliser for you in the last minute of the game than Hoyland does in the time he's on the pitch. So, but still, Forest having a good season. You're not really too disappointed with that game, just because we know that United are focusing more on Europa as opposed to the league. Following on from that is the Manchester derby. In terms of play, United played well from the back to the midfield. It's the final third again. No end products. Garnacho missing a great chance. Ederson making a good save from Xerxes' shots. Anana made a good save against Marmouche, but I do say his name. And yeah, this is a game of real low quality in the final third. City went in there to not lose. United were happy to not lose the game either, so just cancelled each other out. A real low quality game. But to be fair, if you said at the start of the season you're going to take 4 points from Man City, any season really, you're going to take it. It means, you know, a win and a draw, undefeated against them, take it. That takes us into Europa League first leg, away in Lyon, and Anana at fault for both goals, really. The cross comes in, he's waiting for someone to get a touch onto it, and then when it comes low, he just kind of falls down, doesn't actually do anything, and it just goes past him. But then we get the equaliser just before half time, you know. Yoro getting his first goal for the club, you know, instinctive finish, just getting the flick on, putting it in the back of the net, good goal. And then you think with 5 minutes before the 90, Xerxes towers above with a great cross in by Bruno Fernandes. Xerxes gets in, towering header, past the keeper, 2-1, thinking, get in, you know, I can go back to Old Trafford with a lead. And then, you know, I don't stop the shots. Anana parries it back into the middle of the goal. I mean, every goalkeeper's taught if you do parry a shot away, you push it out wide. He doesn't do that. He pushes it straight back into the mixer. And Cherky, I believe it's Cherky's there to put it past him. It was a good finish by Leon Saka, but poor goalkeeping, and yeah, he cost United that tie. In no other ways. Newcastle game. I mean, we expected changes really when you think about it. United aren't really bothered about the league. They're focused on Europa. I mean, yeah. Just the first half wasn't too bad actually. I mean, going level 1-1, but second half just poor. I mean, not good enough really. I don't blame young lad Harry Amas at all. Thought he did quite well actually for his debut. Considering he's 18, he's young, he's raw, exciting prospect. But Lindelof is never going to be able to handle Alexander Isak. I know Lindelof's got more pace than likes of Maguire, and I know De Ligt's out, but Lindelof can't handle any form of physicality, none whatsoever. So it's one of them things really. But, you know, it's one of the things. But to be fair, when you think about it, funny enough, you'd preferred United to have, if they did use that one goal from the Newcastle game, to have actually got 0 by Newcastle and get the winner against City, because you actually get 3 points as opposed to 1 point. Because you know you're going to lose one game and get points out of the other. You'd rather get the 3 points against City with 1 goal than, you know, scoring 1 goal against Newcastle and still getting beat, but still conceding 4. Doesn't do you any favours really. But that's just, they say. But yeah, and then that leads us into the second leg into the Europa. Tie evenly balanced, and in the first half, you know, United go in at the break 2-0 up. You know, with Garce and Dallo, good goals. You know, you seem to see Euro, you know, driving into the midfield, because Lyon seemed to let United have it in the back three, but as soon as we see the midfielders and the strikers, they just man-marked. So therefore, they were happy for the United's defence to have the ball. And in that case, Euro decided, you know, go dribble, go attack the players then. Because we don't have a deep holding midfielder that's happy to get the ball and drive with it, someone like Frankie de Jong, for example, I know that whole saga, but that's just an example of a player that I know does that. And yeah, instead Euro decides to go on a run, and all of a sudden Lyon are thinking, well, this means now someone's got to leave their player to go and stop him, otherwise he's running 30-40 yards up the pitch. And you had that going through the middle. You had Bruno, you know, pulling off his striker, pulling towards the ball, and then going back in behind, and their defenders were not catching on to that whatsoever in the first half. I understand second half, Mazraoui had to go off for personal issues. You know, it's one of the things. So Luke Shaw comes on. I mean, Amarim said at the end of the game that you could only really do half an hour. He ends up playing 45 minutes plus extra time. So it's over an hour. Yeah, just the first half was good. Second half, United took their foot off the gas, very much so. I mean, missing chances left, right, and centre. Garnacho with a great chance to put the tie to bed, 3-0, and he blasts it straight at the keeper, and then Lyon get a goal. You think, okay, here we go, and they get a second one within 10 minutes, and all of a sudden we're going to extra time. And I think, right, okay. Lyon then go, I know, his name Tolisso got himself sent off, but then Lyon go and score 2 goals, and you're thinking, we've got 10 minutes, we've got no strikers really on the bench. Hoyland's gone off, he's been poor all game. Didn't think actually Nana had a bad game, actually made some good saves, but there was no real cutting edge, it seemed almost. Like there was no real options on the bench. And I mean, you had some kids, but the kids are being forced to be in the squad because we've got no other players available. Xerxes out for the season. So you only got Hoyland as a striker, and then you're having to rely on kids to come through. Chido Obi isn't registered for Europa, so he's only available for the league game. So that means another youngster has to come through on the European stage. Or be on the bench at least. But yeah, when you're thinking 4-2, I was sitting there watching the game on my phone, and you just thought, season's done. Like, that's it. The season's done. And all of a sudden we get a penalty. You think, okay, Bruno Fernandes steps up, brilliant penalty. But even then myself, at the time, I couldn't really celebrate. I thought, we've let a 2-goal lead slip to be 4-3 down. We haven't really got any strikers on the pitch. We've got putting Maguire up top and Kobe Mainoo. It's a very makeshift attacking duo, really. I mean, Kobe Mainoo's not a number 9, and well, to be fair, Harry Maguire is a centre back. He's not a striker really, but you know, we threw our system out of place and just decided to put the ball forward, and it works. And the ball coming into Kobe Mainoo, very similar goal to when he scored against Wolves, his first goal for United. Great finish. Gets the ball, cuts back, puts it past the keeper. Thinking, get in there. You know, and then we finally got 5 minutes of added time. Think we can go and get a winner with this. And then, what was it, less than a minute later, Casemiro puts a delightful ball across, and Maguire gets his head across it, back across the keeper into the back of the net, and pure bedlam. I mean, I woke up my wife and daughter, I think, celebrating in the house. Oh well. But yeah. So the season's still very much alive for United in that sense. However, they do have to go out to Bilbao in the first leg, and then back to Old Trafford for the second leg. But Bilbao have got some very good players in their side, likes of Nico Williams especially. Very, very good player from watching him at Euros. But next up for United is Wolves at home. And Wolves, they were picking up a little bit of form. I mean, they beat Spurs 4-2. I mean, very convincingly, but Spurs all doing the same thing as United. putting all their eggs in the basket for Europa to get European football, because the only European football us and Spurs can get is by winning the Europa League to go into the Champions League for next year. Otherwise, no European football at all. But with this one, I expect a rotated side. Whether United come away with anything, I have to wait and see. But who knows? But the season's still alive for United, which is good. Hopefully we can go back and not just have one game out in Bilbao. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Take care.